What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Derek Chisora. Daniel Dubois, get this. Derek Chisora offered Daniel Dubois a fight by promoter Frank Warren. Wow. It says, quote, Derek said Daniel is a quitter. I didn't like the way he kept on saying it. The vibe I got back when I spoke to Don Charles, Dubois' coach, yesterday was, well, if he thinks that he's a quitter, he can fight him. Fight him. It's a great fight, isn't it? What a good fight it would be between them two. Those are the words of Frank Warren by the words of Don Charles, and let me counterpunch. I'm not opposed to it. And I look at this like I look at Juan Manuel Marquez and Canelo Alvarez. Because you guys remember back, for those who follow boxing. For those who don't, here it is. This is new. But Juan Manuel Marquez, the guy that knocked out Manny Pacquiao in their fourth fight, had a lot to say about Canelo Alvarez at one point. To the point where Canelo Alvarez himself got so sick of Juan Manuel Marquez criticizing him, he offered him to fight. He said, if you think I'm this and if you think I'm that, you think I'm flat-footed, if you think I lack these skills, why don't you try getting your ass in the ring with me? That's needless to say what I feel about this situation. But it's not coming from Daniel because nobody's really heard from Daniel. Daniel's somewhere healing or something or, doing what he needs to do to get back to where he was, right? And beyond. But Team Dubois has never stopped talking, and they ain't stopped now. And Derek Chisora, and he said he doesn't like the way Derek Chisora said it. And, I believe in, let your hands do the talking in the ring. I'm not opposed to it because the IBF is not up anyway if they think he's number one. So it doesn't really matter. So if Derek Chisora does want to fight, sure, I do think that's a way to get Derek out of the way, but at the same time, Danny Dubois versus Derek Chisora would be a good fight as long as it lasts. Because remember, none of these guys is that British problem, that British breaker, Alexander Usyk. So those guys will go. It would be a banging fight. I mean, I'm talking about leather throne, and here's the weird thing. The weird thing is, coming off of a defeat like Danny Dubois has, I think that affects your confidence a bit. And, he took some decent shots from Usyk. So, he may be, in the neuro category, damaged, right? So it's like maybe Derek Chisora has a shot at him. Jump on him now while he's wounded. Since his coach is talking shit, because his coach wants to silence Derek up, but that's the catch. You can't silence Derek Chisora. You know what I mean? But you can't offer him a fight. And I think that's the best route to take when it comes to Derek Chisora. Offer to fight him. Hey, I'll fight you. Get the contract. You want to fight? Hell, fight the dude that was the current or the former, should I say, IBF heavyweight champion since you're number one. But Frank, though, let's look at it the way it's supposed to be. Frank is always ABC, always be closing. You know what I mean? If you guys missed that. See, with the emotional response, you can miss the financial one, or the business response. See, the underlay of that is, no, why don't you fight Daniel if you think he's a quitter? That's a way to get Daniel in the ring. But understand, Derek has something that Daniel doesn't have. What? The number one. See, he's number one ranked. Since he's number one ranked, he has what Daniel wants. So Daniel fighting Derek Chisora would put him right back into a position for the title. So then he could become a 3-time champion, WBA, IBF. Now, he's back at the number one again, so he can fight whoever for the opportunity to fight where he once was, which was the IBF champion. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? So Frank's not an idiot. Frank, that would be the move that he could go. He doesn't have to go on another sanctioning body. He could stay on the IBF end and challenge whoever the number one is if he can get a fight from them. So Frank getting Derek to take a fight with Daniel would be exactly what Frank wants, because if Daniel beats Derek, which is, could happen, great. He's a younger guy and stuff like that. He may not be that damaged if he really did quit. And if he's able to hit Derek Chisora, it would be a banger anyway, because I think Daniel will be able to hit Derek. So, yeah, more than likely he has a way better chance of winning than he ever did in the fight that he just got out of with Alexander Usyk. So guess what? If he wins, or should I say when he wins, right, he will be exactly where he once was, right back in position to be another world champion. But you guys tell me what you think of Derek Chisora offered the Daniel Dubois fight by promoter Frank Warren. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.